Okay guys, let's make a banana pudding cake. So I have all my dry ingredients in here. I'm gonna do 3 eggs, 3 large eggs. And I was gonna try this in the air fryer, and I will revisit it another day, but I'm not willing to risk the chance and this cake coming out messed up. So I'm not gonna do it in the air fryer yet. 1 cup of water and 1/3 cup of oil, and put it in my KitchenAid mixer, which is behind you guys. Okay, it's behind you guys. So I'm go fast. Start off slow, baby. So go sit down for right now. Right now, I'm not gonna deal with you and this. You're not going out until my cake goes in the oven. So you can go ahead upstairs. Okay, so here's my cake pan. I cut a piece of towel that I keep for my cake pan, and what I do is I wet this, I pin it, and it keeps my cake moist. There's my flour. So I already buttered the pan. Got my oven, 350 degrees. And I put a little flour in my cake pan so that my cake does not stick. Okay. So I have my flour in there, my butter. I'm going to drop that. Okay. Make sure we don't get no sticking to the cake. And I already have my oven preheated 350 degrees. Okay, my cake batter is ready. I'm gonna pour it off in here. I've just been in a cooking mood for some reason. And I've never made the banana pudding cake. So that's why I'm embarking on this journey. So what I'm doing is hitting the cake pan to the counter to eliminate some of these bubbles, okay? Okay, now we're going to put it in here. Alexa, set me a timer for 35 minutes.
35 minutes, starting now.
I love Alexa because a lot of times you get busy and go other places and doing things and you forget all about it. So the next thing I'm going to do while the cake is cooking, I have 2 sticks of butter, and I got them sitting, they was frozen. I got them sit on top of the oven to come to room temperature. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to make a crumb coating for my cake with butter frosting. While I use the confectioner's sugar and butter and, you know, mend it together. But I'm just letting that get a little bit more warmer. I'm actually rinsing this bowl with hot water because I'm going to put the butter in here and just let it sit room temperature. By the time the cake get done, I can make my butter icing crumb coat. I have my vanilla wafers. So what I wind up doing with my vanilla wafers, I took the bag and I poured so much of the bag in a Ziploc bag and I crunched them up because that's going to be part of my banana pudding cake design. So 1 stick of butter. And I'm only doing 1 layer, so I'm not going to need a whole lot. I'm only going to make the cake 1 layer. So 2 sticks of butter. And I'm going to put some vanilla flavor, butter, vanilla flavoring in here. And we're just going to let this pretty much kind of sit, and it's going to get room temperature. So it'll be easy to blend down. I'm going to get a cup of my confectioner's sugar, and we're going to use 1 to 2 cups, maybe 2 cups of confectioner's sugar mixed with the butter. That's going to be the vanilla icing for the crumb coat that we're going to put on the cake. And then I'll come back when we talk about making the instant pudding and all that, but we ain't got to that part yet. So get my sugar ready. Some people sift their sugar out so they don't have any lumps and stuff. I really don't. Actually, I will do 2 cups, so that's 1 cup. And this will be 2 cups. So we're going to let that sit. I'm not going to leave it on the stove the whole time, but we're just going to let that get pretty much room temperature, and then I'm going to blend that together. I remember one time, funny story, my sister was here and she was cooking, right? And if y'all can see, confectioner's sugar kind of look like flour, but it's more whiter. So while my sister fried some chicken, and she just went under the cabinet and got this bucket, because as you can see, I don't have this bucket labeled. And she assumed that this was flour. Okay. Why that girl make some sweet chicken? The chicken was sweet as hell. And it was burning because, you know, it's sugar. It wasn't flour. And she was like, girl, I don't know. That flour you had is so old or something because the chicken is burning. And I asked her where she get it from. And she pointed out, I said, girl, that is not flour. That's confectioner's sugar. So I had some sweet chicken before. So we're going to let this butter get a little bit more softer, whatever. Then we're going to mix it up. And I'm going to make the icing for the crumb coat. We'll be back when the butter gets soft. Okay, guys. So I'm going to show y'all the butter. So the butter now is more room temperature, where I can just take this spoon and go right through it. So what we're going to do, we're going to add 1 cup of confectioner's sugar. Okay. And we're going to add some evaporated sweet condensed milk. Okay. Put a little bit of that in there. And about to put this on the mixer. And again, I tell you guys, the mixer is behind you. So I don't have a lot of counter space. That's why, Lord, with the house that you blessing me with, give me plenty of counter space so I can just be cooking. That's the top putting on there. So you're going to start it off slow. Have my KitchenAid behind me. So we're going to let that start mixing and incorporating in that blender. When I get it to a nice consistency, then I'll come back and let y'all see it. So it's just starting to do what it needs to do. Okay? All right. Okay, guys. So now I have my cream, my icing for the cake, all blended up. And this is the buttercream that we're going to coat the cake with. So got this bowl. I'm gonna need this blender when I get finished making my other icing, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But as you see the cream, I'm gonna show y'all how it looks, and then we're gonna transfer it to this other bowl. Trying to make sure I get everything down. So y'all see that? Have a look at it. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here because this is what, when the cake get done, I am going to icing the cake, do a crumb coat with this buttercream. Because remember, it's gonna be a banana pudding cake. So I need something to stay firm with my cake. So I'm making the icing. Okay. Okay, so this is the icing for the cake that I'm icing it with. I'm tasting delicious. So I'm going to clean up my mess, put some saran wrap on here, put this in the refrigerator, and we're going to keep this at room temperature. So when I get ready, ice the cake, and in a little bit when we come back, we'll be making the banana pudding part, but not yet. All right.